And welcome back, y'all, to another week of our flagship show, Dwain Woode, MD Live, as we continue walking through the blueprints for your health. And we are excited because this week is going to be a doozy. This is one of those weeks that requires all of the tools that we have been learning. Yeah, it's one of those weeks. And so this week is Thanksgiving week. And so we're excited because we get a chance to apply some of the things that we've been learning here right in this space. And so we're gonna spend some time going through how we become successful, how we remain successful, and how do we set ourselves for success into the future. Hey, if you're new to me, I'm Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. If you are new, go ahead and put new in the comments because I'd love to welcome you with a hand clap and some music to let you know that we are excited that you are here with us and that you are joining us in this space. All right. So thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for being here with us. A special shout out to our community members who are out there. I see you starting to pop in already, so thank you for coming by and hanging out with us. And whatever platform you're joining us from, thank you for coming through as well. And the other thing is, whatever city, town, village, wherever you are right now, I want to welcome you here to the show. Go ahead and drop in where you are joining us from so that we can give you a shout out for that as well. We know we have people who are joining us from overseas. In fact, I see one of them in the comments right now, and we'll come by and we'll say hello to you guys here in just a minute. So, as you know, this past several weeks, we have been, actually, let's say several weeks, but we've been in our MOVE campaign, Metabolic Optimization via Exercise. It is a space where you get to come and you get to plug in. So when you come to the channel, we don't want you to have to reinvent the wheel. There are so many things that we have here that are going on. You get to just plug in and become a part of what we do. So let's go ahead and let's take a listen to that. Let's take a listen to that promo right now. Welcome to MOVE, Metabolic Optimization via Exercise. This isn't just about workouts. It's about moving your body, moving your habits, and moving your life forward. Each episode builds consistency, strength, and resilience step by step. I'm Dr. Dwain Woode, and together we're writing the story of health, transformation, and limitless living. This is MOVE. Let's get started. All right. So excited for that campaign. So if you've not jumped in as yet, if you've not been a part of what we're doing there with MOVE, you want to make sure that you become a part of that you get into, that you implement that in your journey as we move throughout the weeks. Remember, our health action plan has several pillars. One of the ones that we do, of course, is what we do here on the show, mental mastery. This is what that is. We have our MOVE campaign, so exercise, that's walking and strength training. We've got our fasting that's going on, so lots of different things that you can become a part of, and we just want to make sure that you are plugged in and that you are ready for every aspect of that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. So we're going to do things a little differently. I am going to show you my monitors like we've been doing, and I'm going to show you my continuous monitor as well. But we're going to show you this the old school way. So that's okay. But here we go. Let's take a look. Let's look at this one. All right, so I've got my monitors here, and hopefully you'll see what my Well, maybe you can see that a little differently. So right now I am 82 is what that says, and we're having some. Let's see if I change this a little bit, take some of that glare out. Maybe. Anyway, so my blood sugar right now is 82, according to this, and let me see if I can do it this way. Is that a little better? No. So we'll remind you later. So there you go. Okay, there you go. So anyway, so my blood sugar right now is 82. And what we're going to do is we're going to hop over and we're going to take a look at these guys. So this is my Keto Mojo and this is my Contour. And we're going to see what those numbers are. So let's go ahead and grab our handy dandy container. Get that out of there. So I've got a strip, which we'll need for, this is for the Contour. And then we have we have strip for, this is the Keto Mojo, a brown for blood sugar and a blue for ketones. And then I'll need, here are some Lancet. So we'll grab those really quickly. Move this back off to the side and go ahead and open up here. There we go. Okay, so here we are. This one is the blood sugar for Keto Mojo. And I'm going to go ahead and open up this as well. And this is my ketone. So what do you think my ketones are going to be? So oh, by the way, I guess I missed saying that to you all if you are joining us. So we started our fast today. You know, we started the fast a day early because of what's happening this week in terms of the holiday coming up. So started fasting earlier today. And so if you saw that pop up that we did, if you've not done that yet, go ahead and go back and take a look at that. You get to see what I ate for the last time before I started this week's fast. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna get a finger stick there, and hopefully that gives us a good, yep, there we are, a good drop. Get that started. And get that one started. And while that's doing, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I keep a drop because I'll need one. So 107 is what the Keto Mojo says. 106 is what the Contour says. And then let's take this out and go ahead and get started with the ketones. And so at 106, right, I anticipate my ketones should be, well, what do you think it's going to be? And get that one going. Yeah, what do you think those ketones are going to be? All right, put your comment there. 3, 2, 1, and boom, low. All right, so when we talk about ketones, ketones that are less than 0.5 considered normal, right? Less than 0.5. Ketones that are 0.5 to 1.5 considered nutritional ketosis, and then above 1.5 is considered therapeutic ketosis. Okay, and so we're right now in the normal range, which is what we would expect. What do we expect that would be? All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to. Let's say hello to some of our community members. And let's go ahead and do that right now. I see some of you out there. All right. And I think I see Juan out there. Yep, there she is. And she says, hi, doctor. Hi, LLG. Said I started my 13th 48-hour fast with you. Oh, come on, Gian. Yeah. Hand clap for you. I love that. Congratulations. This is the 13th one. In fact, Gian, someone commented for about you in one of our other let me do something here really quickly, guys. Someone commented in one of our other on one of our other videos that we played a video video from the vault from last year, and the video was you commenting in the chat about what was going on, and so that was a good one to kind of go back and watch. And let's see, come back here. So Gian is there, and I see Steve. Is that Steve? I think that's Steve. Great job, Steve. And your name is still different, I see there. And then we see Teresa. She says, hi, doctor and everyone. And then, hi, Teresa. How are you? So glad that you guys are just hanging out and having fun. Okay? All right, so let's come back over here. There we go. All right. Okay, so so that's what's been going on, and so right now let's go ahead and let's hop into our discussion for tonight. And all right, so let's go ahead and let's do that right now. All right, so we are in our blueprint series, and tonight this is week 7, believe it or not, as we've been walking through, and our theme is the reflection blueprint. Right, reflection is one of the most misunderstood, underestimated tools in personal and metabolic stability. Not because people don't reflect, but because most people don't reflect correctly. Okay? They don't reflect correctly. They reflect emotionally, they reflect reactively, and they reflect judgmentally. But they don't do it clinically, structurally, or as a diagnostic tool. And so what we want to do in this episode is to show you exactly how reflection becomes the architect's secret weapon. Remember, we're talking about blueprints, right? So the whole idea with blueprints is that it is a system that you are using to improve your health. Or if we go back to thinking about blueprints in terms of building, the blueprints really are the guidelines. This is what it is going to look like if you continue along this path. This is what you're going to end up with. And it's not there to constrain or to limit or to prevent you from achieving. It's actually there to help you achieve. Okay? So that's the idea of the architect's secret weapon. And you can use it also as a secret weapon. It's a diagnostic scan that allows you to review, refine, and realign the decisions that you're making so that it keeps you working even when things shift around you. Think about it. If there were no blueprints in, say, we're putting a building up, if there wasn't a blueprint, we would be having things happening all around, and we would not be able to know that we're heading in the right direction. And when we finally got the result may not be what we thought it was going to be. Does that make sense? But before we go and dive into that, I want to take a look back at something that we did last week, right? So this week we're talking about the keys to better, stronger health, and we're talking about blueprints. We're talking about reflection, right? That's the idea. This structure that prints. And we are in the blueprint series, Blueprints for Your Health. The keys to better, stronger health is what we're talking about. And this is the reflection blueprint, right? So reflection is the architect's secret weapon, and it is your secret weapon as well. So last week we talked a little bit about resilience. So last week's conversation focused not on resilience as a personality trait or a motivational trait, but as an architect's outcome. It's an architectural outcome. We said resilience is structure under pressure. Resilience is predictability under stress. Resilience is flexibility without collapse. And resilience is what happens when your systems are strong enough to carry you even when motivation disappears. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's resilience. And this week, we want to build part 2 of that reality. Because once structure is created, the next question is, how do you maintain that structure? How do you confirm that it's still aligned with your goals? How do you evaluate the places where stress, emotion, distraction, or environment may have shifted you slightly off course, right? And the answer to all of that is reflection. Does that make sense? All right. So this week, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this concept of reflection. And let's get back here. And so the question is, what is reflection? What is reflection? Well, reflection is the idea that we are taking a look at structurally at your internal and your external signals. And that leads to intentional realignment. Let me repeat that. Reflection is a structural evaluation, not a feeling, not a mood, not a reaction, and it's not me thinking and feeling that this is wrong or this is right or that. No, we're looking at our internal and our external thoughts. We're looking at our hunger, our behavior. In this case, you're talking about our triggers and our patterns. And we're looking at those things that lead to intentional realignment. And this is one of the most important blueprint tools you will ever learn, because it turns every experience into information, even missteps, because those become guidance, and every decision turns into data that you can use. One of my favorite quotes is attributed to Nelson Mandela, and it says that I don't fail, I either succeed, in other words, I accomplish what I want, or I learn. And the idea there is not that there aren't going to be things where it doesn't go the way you want it to go. But when it doesn't go the way you want it to go, it is a learning process that you can look at. Okay? Awesome. All right. So let's see. Yeah, so I guess let me make that and we may need to do this a little differently, guys. So right now looks like there's some issues going on with YouTube, and I'm not sure what's happening, but we're gonna push through, and we may have to come back and do this a little differently. So if you guys are seeing me, I know you are. I know you are seeing me, or you're hearing me at least. And there's some things happening on your end, and I'm not sure what's happening in the system, but we're gonna plow ahead. Okay. All right. So that's reflection. So reflection is I don't want to say dispassionate, but for lack of a better word, so I see that Steve says I can hear but can't see. So let's make a couple of adjustments, guys. And let me do one thing here on my end. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play this promo, and then we'll be back. Welcome to Move, metabolic optimization via exercise. This isn't just about workouts. It's about moving your body, moving your habits, and moving your life forward. Each episode builds consistency, strength, and resilience step by step. I'm Dr. Dwain Woode, and together we're writing the story of health, transformation, and limitless living. This is Move. Let's get started. All right, so let's see if we are back. No, it looks like if you guys are out there and you're watching, it looks like we're still frozen, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's me, by the way, that you get to see me. All right. All right. So it looks like something funky is going on. All right. So we're gonna plow ahead, and let me do this, guys. Let me do this. I'm going to step back, and we're gonna redo the stream. Okay. So hang out. So pay attention. We're gonna see if we can restart this stream and get it going. Okay. So hang out for a minute. And let me redo some things here on my end.